In version 2.83 of the FeedbackFruits toolsuite, updates have come to the areas of usability, onboarding, and accessibility. In the Release Notes Help Center article, you'll also find exciting additional features involving the in-development FeedbackFruits platform, which we'll also cover in depth in an upcoming video series. And for now, we'll go over the updates in your learning activities, starting with number 1, a new interface for adding modules in an activity. To improve the findability and better explain what each additional module does, the Add Modules interface has been redesigned. Now you'll find that when pressing the plus button at the bottom of an activity, the modules shown contain descriptions and an Add button to make it even clearer how to include extra steps, such as a reflection. Next, in the feature-flagged Discussion on Topic tool, the student progress display has been updated, making it clearer for students what needs to be completed in order to meet the requirements of the activity. So now, a clearer overview is available of the required number of posts and peers to respond to. The progress bar will change in relation to this, and when clicking on it, an overview of all requirements are shown, resulting in more transparency for students in how to complete a learning activity. For number 3, a group member evaluation toolpicker video is now available in the toolpicker interface. So when creating a new activity and opening up the toolpicker, if you look to group member evaluation, you'll see a new text, learn more about this tool. Clicking on this text will open the explainer video, which should help you understand what the aim of this tool is, so as to better understand its intended use. And next up, notes have moved out of feature flagged and are now available for everyone to use. So for teachers and instructional designers sharing or reusing activities, these optional texts can be used to highlight useful information between course administrators. Remember, students won't see these notes in the activity. And an update you may have already noticed, the Edit button has moved to a more prominent place in the app bar. Now you can find this big button in plain sight instead of behind the 3-dot menu. The 3-dot menu is now the home of template creation, activity sharing, and the preferences menu. Next, these quality of life changes aim to make everything easier when performing everyday setup or configuration. First, feedback, reflection, and comment drafts. It's not all that uncommon that while adding a discussion point to a document or writing a reflection, for instance, you become temporarily distracted or navigate away only to find your comment has disappeared, along with your time and patience. This has been fixed by simply saving a draft of whatever you were typing on your local device. We hope this fix will help forego any more frustrations with lost work here. Next, a confirmation dialog is now visible where data is being lost or deleted. You'll see this, for example, if you try to delete a note, just to check before that data is lost from the system. And lastly, 3 new popover warnings and tips can be found throughout the tools. These can be found in deadline extensions, reminding you that these extensions apply only to each given step, in group selection, where we advise you generally to add groups before saving activities, and in the allocations dialog, where we explain how the algorithm selects peers to review each other. Now let's talk about accessibility improvements. As mentioned in last month's video, we're undergoing an accessibility audit to make sure that we not just comply to, but exceed the accessibility standards required for our software. 3 major changes you may notice are an accessibility notice on PDF exports of feedback activities, an updated skip navigation menu, and text selection support when using the keyboard for annotation. In upcoming months, you'll see many more ease of use and accessibility improvements being implemented, and remember you can stay up to date with these by referring to our Help Center articles, following our video channels, and subscribing to our newsletter. And for the last update, improvements in integrations have now made it easier to set up accounts, meaning less time to get FeedbackFruits ready to use in class. And that finishes the list for this long November update. Don't forget that if something is still bugging you in the tools, our support team are ready 24 hours a day on weekdays to listen and help. So as always, we encourage you to get in touch and see the fruits of your feedback.